What's up, everybody? It's Claudio here, and today is Thursday. That means it's Rockleigh Crit Day in New Jersey. It's a 45-minute, 1-mile loop race, and I'm doing the 4-5 combined categories. Super excited this week. Last week I didn't have really a great attitude. I got dropped after like 20 minutes into it. Not such a great race for me. This week I'm more pumped. I have a totally different mindset going into it. Excited about it. My rule is to try to stay in the top 10 for at least the first 4 laps. Okay, just stay in the front, hang out there, really try to keep my pace up with the guys in the front. Experience what it's like racing, really racing, and try not to hang out in the back. Okay, I've been hanging out in the back way too much. I get dropped so quickly, so no hanging out in the back unless I'm really tired. So staying up at the front. Let's check out my bike. It's a Cannondale Super 6 Evo Disc Ultegra. This is not a bike review. I'll do a bike review another time. Just got a fresh new cassette. I've been riding the same cassette, 1128, for 2 years. It was really worn out. Got a new chain, so that's 1128. And it's a carbon frame. Really liking it. It got the high wheels, carbon, 60 millimeter dish wheels. They're a little bit heavier than like Zips, but they cost half as much. So totally worth it. And just giving you a glimpse here of my P3 time trial Cervelo. Just got it off Craigslist. Got a bike fit. It's really fast. And my other commuter bike, it's a State Black Label. Just a straight up single speed. Pretty sweet. All right, guys, let's get out there and do this. All right, everybody, here is the start of the race after 2 neutral laps. Again, this is Rockleigh Crit. This is like my 4th time out here. Finally, I gained some confidence. Check out how I'm making these turns. Keeping it above 20 miles an hour. That's key. When I first started coming here, I was getting into like 15 mile an hour through that turn. And here I am at the front. I'm trying not to make too many efforts because I know it's going to come back, so I don't need to close that big gap. But I'm very consciously staying in the front because that was my goal. Stay in the front. No more screwing around in the back. I need to surf wheels and stay in the front. I have a totally different mindset at this race. I just wanted to really race. I had the edge. I had the mental game, the strong mindset that you need. I just really wanted to be in the race. Here people start to surge, and I want to hop on that. I'm trying to slot back in, and boom, I slot back in. Nice line there. So as you can see, I'm a lot more comfortable, a lot more confident. Big improvement here. Still staying relatively in the front. Average power for this race, 196 watts. Normalized power, 221. Average speed, 25.5. Average heart rate, 170. That hurts. 170. That's above my threshold the entire race. So I really hustled here. And I did make it to the very last lap with the group. It all got kind of strung out at the end, but man, this is the first time that I finished this race. And so happy and psyched about it. Let's check out how I'm making this turn. Taking the inside. Like a champ, staying at some significant speed above 20 miles an hour. I mean, you can see that I'm moving up. I want to race. I'm out there. I'm in the race. Here, closing the gap, or at least trying to. Okay, you see my heart rate 181. That's not good. That is Now I'm tired. Now I need to recover. Okay, anything above 175, I'm hurting. If I ever hit 180, because you can see I'm done. I need to chill. I was super hype about the first few laps, but I need to, I hit my wall right there, 181. I need to recover. So I get swarmed. It's no big deal. As long as I don't fall all the way to the back, I'll be okay. And things are slowing down because everybody else is also tired. They're maybe not at the red line that I am, but everybody's tired, so it slows down. Okay, now I'm recovering, getting closer to 170. Below 170 is good. And now I'm not looking at my heart rate as I'm racing. I'm not even looking at my Garmin. The only thing that I have right at the top of my Garmin is the timer, which lets me know how much time I have been racing, and I know it's a 45-minute crit, so that is helpful. Other than that, I'm not analyzing my heart rate or my watts or anything as I'm racing. There's just no way. When you race, you're just racing. You're not trying to stay at some kind of power, right? So, this is the race. It's a big turning point for me. I'm just a lot more confident. Let's check out how I make this turn. I'm surrounded by people. And what do? Boom, take the inside. Boom. I moved up 5 positions just by not really braking and taking the inside. In all my previous races, I would take the outside, I would brake. It was just bad. I found the trick here. Is you gotta take some risks. You gotta take the inside. People will they'll move if you call out the inside, or if they hear you or they see you. They'll leave a little bit of space there, and you can totally take it. Most people don't want to take the inside. It feels risky, but you can totally just rail that turn, all these turns, and move up. As you can see, that was kind of I discovered that, and I got into it, and I did it almost every lap, and that's how I survived. I was able to move up a few spots during the turns, and on the straights, I either broke even, just barely held on, or I fell back a few slots. But it's okay, because I made up those slots in the turns. And that's how I was able to stay in the whole race. All right, let's see what I do here. Here I couldn't really move in, but I'm staying in the inside. Yeah, people, everybody's excited. Everybody wants to race, and I'm in there. Very big difference in the mental game. Okay, last week I didn't want to race. I was like, man, I don't want to do this. I'm not feeling it. I don't know if I have the fitness. I was I just dragged myself out there. And you could see the results from last week. I got dropped after 20 minutes. Here I am, taking the inside. Staying. I kind of used the brakes there, but still, it's way better than the outside. And this is the hard part. This straightaway, if it gets fast, it's hard for me, because I have to do over 300 watts to stay in there. Right now, it's not terribly fast, and I'm in the draft. So, but when it gets strung out and there's a gap on this straightaway, it's hard. It's hard to close that gap for me. For those of you who don't know my stats, 36 years old, 152 pounds. My FTP is somewhere, I really have to do an FTP test. It's somewhere between 230, 240, 250, somewhere there. I train for triathlons, although triathlon season is not over, at least for me. And so I'm going to be focusing on cycling a lot more. I'm going to be training. I train about 12 hours total, But on the bike it's usually like 6 hours. I'm gonna try to bump that up to 10 hours, see the effects. Do some Zwift racing. Here I am taking the inside. Just trying to stay in there. All right, and this, so between this race and last week's race, it's not like I had huge fitness gains. I did one sprinting workout. I'll show that in a second. And I did one other race at Floyd Bennett Field. But it's not like I made any huge gains in fitness. It's all mental game. Confidence, attitude. You see how I take this turn? Going to the inside. Oh, we did take it slowly there. That was slow. And I had to push out another 700 watts. But still, figured out that inside is the best way to go for me. So the sprinting workout that I do, I did it this week. 10-minute warm-up, 20 minutes, zone 2. Then 30 minutes, and you loop the following: 15 seconds all-out max sprint, then 2 minutes and 45 seconds easy recovery. So you basically get 10 sprints in that 30 minutes and a cool down. That kind of workout really seems to help build my strength in the sprint. Get that raw strength in there, and it's really helpful for all these surges. Okay, things are slowing down. People are really trying to figure out if they want to attack, what's going on. I am fairly back. I'm less than 50% back. In this race, at some point, oh, look at me moving up. Okay, that was kind of a little bit of an aggressive move, but I moved up. I had to move up. I was getting towards the back there. And I called the inside, so it was cool. Not too sketchy. So at this race, I almost got dropped. I mean, I got gapped big time between myself and the whole group, and I had to really hustle. I almost got dropped once or twice, but luckily the group slowed down and I was able to make a nice effort to get back on and then recover. So it's still easy to get dropped out there. That's the turn. I'm getting better at these turns because I'm just not braking as much. It's okay. You gotta just trust that the people in front of you they're not gonna slam their brakes. So here's what I'm talking about when this gets fast on this straightaway, and these little gaps open up, and you just gotta close them, and sometimes it really hurts. And by the time we get to this next turn, I'm done. So try to find the wheel that'll take you to the front. So if you're not moving up, you're falling back. Always remember that. Look at that. I'm falling back a little bit. Taking the inside, the best line. Had to hit 700 watts. To stay at that speed with a group. Now I'm falling back. If you're not moving up, you're falling back. You just gotta think that the entire time when you're racing. It's really gonna help you. Because if you start getting comfortable and just relaxing, you're gonna be falling back. Maybe you don't mind falling back a few slots, but you'll end up in the back like I am right now, and that's not good. Okay, let's check out how I do here at this turn. In the inside. Boom. Moved up a few slots. Stayed above 20. Not bad. Now I gotta kind of drill it here and get behind a wheel. So here's what I mean. It's just getting fast here. I gotta catch my breath. I'm already almost at 180 BPMs on my heart rate. And then I have to just hope that they slow down, that they recover, so that I can recover. As usual here on this, I'm getting swarmed because I just need to rest a little bit. And I don't know about you guys, but my hands, if I ride in the drops for 40 minutes, my hands get totally numb. Like I can't even shift. So I gotta go between the drops and then the hoods. I discovered that I can't ride in the drops for so long. I don't know if that's normal, but really it was like my hands were falling asleep. That's what it felt like, and I couldn't control the shifters at some point. I had to shake my hands out. Maybe I'm just holding on too tightly and creating unnecessary stress for myself, but I have to go up to the hoods. I just feel like it's more aero. I need all the advantage that I can get. Look at me squeezing in through there. You have to do that. I didn't brake as much because I just wanted to squeeze in and go through. But I'm in the back. I need to move up. So this race is still has like 30 minutes left. I'm not gonna comment through the whole thing. I don't have enough stuff to talk about, but I'm gonna leave it up here so that people can really analyze it. If you were in the race, maybe you want to check yourself out, what you were doing. It's always helpful. Check out where I almost get dropped. See how I got back on there, the kind of power that I had to do. Let me know if you like these full videos or if you want me to chop them down. I can chop them down and just put the interesting parts. But I think some people really want to see the full video and just kind of scroll through, check out what happened. But I didn't really move up. I mean, at some point I went up to maybe halfway, or I don't know if I made it to the top quarter of the group, but I at least moved up to halfway. But I really met my goal of staying in the front for the first, for the beginning of the race. I wanted to do 5 laps. I don't know if I did 5 laps in the top 10, but I definitely did, the first 3 laps up there. So you just gotta have a positive attitude, your mindset. Go out there and really race. Look at me going in the inside. Okay, moving up. I could have gone a little bit faster, but that was good. And I won back a few spots, so I'm not totally in the back. And then I just got to draft. I got to really hustle here. So, all about the mindset. All about how you come in here. It's really important to be on point mentally for these races. I mean, it makes all the difference in the world. You can see my previous video to this one. So that's a big takeaway. You gotta have that edge. You gotta be excited. You gotta be pumped. You gotta wanna win or wanna have some kind of self-victory. You know, mine was just staying at the front at least a little bit and really riding with more confidence. So, encourage everybody to get out there, go race, try things, make little goals for yourself, and it gets better. It's getting better for me. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys out there. Peace.